Hi everybody, welcome back to Cat's Book Nook. Today is February 1st, 2018. Is it really 18? We're going into the second month of the year already, guys. In the description box below, this is my monthly wrap-up video. In the description box below, you will find my weekly wrap-up videos along with my library unhaul video that I posted the other day. Just because there were 30 some odd books that I unhauled, returned, did not finish in January because I'm preparing for my detail. This should hopefully go fairly quickly. Well, other time I tried to record it, I was 5 minutes in and I hadn't even started it on my 4-star reads. So, without further ado, my 5-star reads, I had 6 this month. All were physical. The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas, fabulous book, heavy topic, very relatable and realistic. If you haven't read it, please go check it out. I feel like you are missing a fabulous book, and she's supposed to be coming out with something else soon too. They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. Again, heavy topic, dealt with death, beautifully written, and I was really hoping that one of the main characters in that story got confused with someone else, and they made it. Didn't happen. So the ending was extremely final. You knew it was coming, you just didn't know when. So beautifully done. Go at 'em. Third book, Ink and Bone by Rachel Caine. It's the first book in the Great Library series. I compared the first one to a Divergent, Hunger Games, the Librarian series, kind of all rolled into one. Because the end of that book, and then the way that they can alter things, and have altered things. I haven't started this book yet. I plan to start it soon, within like the next couple of days, because I need to return these books ASAP to the library. But Ink and Bone, great introduction to the series, and it's supposed to be a 5-book series, so look forward to that. Wires and Nerves by Marissa. Meyer was the 4th book that I 5-star read. It's not directly after winter. There has definitely been some time in between the 2 books, but it happens before the events of Stars Above. Very well drawn. Love the story. I finished it within an hour. It was that good. So, Book 2 is supposed to be coming out at some point, I want to say late winter, early spring. So look for that. The 5th one is Letters to the Lost by Brigid. Please do not be upset. I don't remember how to say her last name. But if you check my weekly wrap-up video for January 27th, you'll know that that book is mentioned. Loved it. Yeah. Anyway, 6th book that I finished that's a 5-star read is Mouse by Art Spieglman. It is a true story done from a comics perspective about a mouse who is being told the story of his father and his time in Poland before Nazis took over, and what happened between Nazis taking over and present. It was really, if you are a World War II person, please pick that book up. Please pick, World War II, Nazi Germany, Nazi Poland, what actually happened with the Holocaust. All the Jewish people are portrayed as mice, both male and female. He had one Frenchman who was portrayed as a frog. The Americans were portrayed as dogs, and the Germans were portrayed as cats. It was really interesting to read. So, those were my 5-star reads. My 4-star reads, 18. I have 18 4-star reads this month. 4 of them are Lumberjane, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So that's fairly easy. Number 8 comes out sometime this year. But I like the storyline in those better than I did in the third one. I finished The Book of Life by Deborah Harkness. That's the third book in the original storyline for the All Souls trilogy. Not my favorite book of the entire series, but it wasn't bad. I don't necessarily like how they wrapped everything up in a neat little bow. But she's supposed to be doing another book along the same lines as, like, in the same universe of the All Souls trilogy. Sorry, guys. But we'll see. Finished Monstrous, which was a graphic novel that I don't have, that I got charged for, that was a long story. Finished the audio version of Stormfront. I'm only showing you guys these because these are the books that I have on my table. Audio version of Stormfront, audio version of Wild, audio version of No Mercy by Cheryl Caine. The Figure in the Shadows by John Bellairs. I read it as a kid. I loved it. Very happy I found it. And for a short book, I can understand why young me loved it. Finished the only completed volume of Lady Mechanica by Joe Bennett. If you're watching this, Joe, please create more. I love the storyline. There were so many plot holes and so many ways that story could have gone. I think he stopped it because it wasn't selling. So, which is sad because it was pretty good. Finished Sabriel by Garth Nix. Really liked it. Tim Curry is fantastic. I will always love some Tim Curry. It's just, yeah, that voice. Soulless, manga volume 1. Not all that great. Very tropey. Very insta-love. If you're not used to the series, it was okay. Nimona is a standalone graphic novel by Noelle Stevenson, who was also the artist behind Lumberjanes, which is why I picked both of them up. It was interesting. The ending was interesting because you saw her shapeshift, but then you realized that you didn't know who she was at the end of it. She could have been anybody in the last couple of pages, as got mentioned. Sorry. Moving on. Finished The Near Witch by Victoria Schwab. I liked the story. I liked the magic part that she brought into it. It was very interesting for a debut. So I liked it a lot. The Green Mile by Stephen King. I got to listen to that one. Beneath the Sugar Sky. Okay, I feel I need to expand on this one, why it's a 4 and not a 5. Which I actually think I expanded on in my January 27th wrap-up video, which is in the description box below. So I'm not going to totally expand on it, but if you like the way we're tripping over words today, guys. If you like the Wayward Children's series by Seanan McGuire, go pick it up. And I'd love to hear your thoughts about it if you've read it. I didn't particularly like the way that Cora got portrayed. I'm hoping she gets her own book at some point. Maybe she will, maybe she won't. Seanan McGuire is trying to figure out if she's going to do 3 more books in the series based off the sales of the first 3 books. I have a little boy that's trying to scoot over here into the video. Or get off my phone. The last 4-star read I've got is Little Blue Envelopes by Maureen Johnson. I am not thrilled with that book. I haven't talked about that book yet. She is 17. I would not allow my 17-year-old, even though he is male, to go on a journey like that. That is so messed up. I could understand if she was 18, had just graduated high school, everything like that. Totally would have been okay with it. But, so, dog barked. So, with 13 Little Blue Envelopes, I really wish she had been older. I do. Yeah. Anyway, I have 3 3-star reads. Lonesome Dove, just because of the massiveness of this book, and it didn't hold my... I think I finished Lumberjanes while I was reading this book or listening to it. Not a bad book, just really, really long. Witchling by Yasmin Gailnorn. I now remember why I don't particularly care for her writing. Some of her other books aren't bad, but it is extremely... Like, a younger me loved it. A younger me dove into this series and wanted to finish it and just had great things to say about the series. As an adult me, bumping over 30 at this point, talked about this before. Sex, to me, if you were writing sex to sell books, that is what this came out to be. She is extremely sexualized in the first book. It seems like all she talks about is sex in this first book, and I'm not entirely sure I want to finish the series right now, because I'm not into that particular vein. The only thing that saved No Mercy was the characters. Dev was awesome, but this was totally about sex too. And I keep saying with this one. I guess because I'm getting away from books that mainly focus on sex, that just having a book about sex and having the characters instantly jump into the sack with one another bothers me. So maybe I'm a little old-fashioned in that one, but yeah. And then Life of Pi was my third audiobook that was a 3-star read. I don't have anything bad to say about this book. It is the movie almost verbatim. Haven't watched the movie again since the first time I watched it. So there's that. Again, my library unhaul video for the returned books that I returned this in January. You also got, I did return If I Was Your Girl because I wasn't listening to it. My headphones broke this week, guys. I'm so, like, I have to go to work and use my work headphones sitting at my desk, so I don't get up and move around a lot anymore, which kind of sucks. I also returned Victoria by Daisy Goodwin. I started it, got a couple hours into it, was super slow, so there's that. I'm going to end my monthly wrap-up video here because I feel like I have exhausted my time in front of the screen with this one. If you read any of the books, if you need me to explain any of the meaning of my reactions to the books, let me know in the comment section below. And with that, hope you guys have a great night and are off to a great start this month. Bye!